really young, okay, I shouldn't say these things because these people don't. I would always never to say I'm not like them, but I would say they're just not aware to these things. I've always been, and a lot of people can say this, like I love humanity. I humble myself. I know a
Mhm.
lot, and even when I know they're not saying truth, I let them speak. I have
Yeah.
compassion for that. But growing up, um, like I said, I had already memories at 3. I had awareness of myself at 3. My dreams were getting really crazy, and I come from it has. I picked where, you know how they say we pick where we're born or where we want to be born.
Yes.
So I was born in Mexico, in Guerrero. In translation, that's a war town there. From in that place, Guerrero, it's very ancient Mexica Azteca. So already magic, occultism, that's a
Yep.
regular thing. That's
Yep.
known. It's known there. So I was spiritually attacked a lot since I was little. I had a near death experience. I literally died and came back, and it was because they were praying saints. People won't believe this, right? Like,
Wow.
but my parents had to walk I don't know how long to some curandera, which is a medicine woman. I was
Why is our
pretty much
story so
gone.
similar?
I don't know. I'm just saying. What is it? Let me finish, or I'll get sidetracked.
Yeah.
So I was a baby when I had my first spiritual attack, and I know they wanted me out because I technically stopped breathing. So the curandera lady comes and she says it right away. She senses it. Someone is attacking his soul. Again, we're part of prophecy. From that day, it was part of a prophecy. They pray to all these saints. I'm super connected to Archangel Michael. And somehow, Haru, I come back. So my parents from that point knew the child is, there is something grand here. What's going on? So I faced a lot of spiritual attacks, that it's a real thing. Um, so my parents always knew that there was something different about me. Growing up, like I said, when I was able to talk, I would ask, like, where are all these other beings? And then I would say it in Spanish. Like, they couldn't understand, like, yes, I know. Where are all the beings that don't look like us was my thing. Because I would walk around with people who looked, I mean, we're talking beings that look like trees. A person I've seen that looks like a fish face, things like that, right? How do you're a little kid, so I'm sure at first they're like, oh, she's just having little kid dreams.
Right.
But then in that time, there is no video games. We didn't have no TV. There's no social media. It's like they would wonder like where's she getting these from when we've never shown anything that can be close to what she's saying she's seen.
What the
So
heck? Mhm.
yeah, so a lot for many years they'd leave me. Then obviously my parents would say they'll see me talking by myself. Of course we know we're talking to guides. We're talking to our ancestors who come and visit. Um, so my parents were always very okay with that until I moved to the States. Then it was my teachers, hey, your kid is talking to herself by the tree, and they would say, that's just how my daughter is. I started to notice I was really different when I started going to school here in America. I
Mm.
learned the language very fast, but then it freaked people out, so I had to pretend like I was slowly learning it, but I already understood it, and I don't know exactly how. I just did. It's these things that, again, I know I believe I've been here many, many times over. There's just things that is unknowing that we just are aware of.
Mhm.
So I was very fortunate to have teachers who would tell me, you shouldn't say these things. Or if you see something, don't stare at it. Because I'll be just there staring at things that I see
Yeah.
that other people couldn't see. So it was, my journey has been hard, but I've also been very blessed to have people who have guided me without them knowing that we're doing such service to me. Again, I felt like I've always been protected, and even in relationships. I'm a relationship person. If I'm with someone, I stay there for years until it's okay. It's our contract has ended, and it's been like that. Um, but yeah, even with friends, with school, I was always known as I fit everywhere, Haru. I had friends that were smart, friends that weren't. I did stomp, I did yearbook. Maybe it was the ADHD and the hyper awareness that I had to be involved in so many things. Um,
Mhm.
But again, I was very aware that I could not say certain things. Um,
Mhm.
and yeah, I mean, sometimes I would find someone that can would kind of pique my interest, like maybe she knows about. It was always about ancient aliens. It was never the word aliens either. It was always like I want someone that can remember that we're not alone. It would drive me crazy. And this is like I was
Yeah.
7 and 8, seeking for friends that somehow could fit, what I was experiencing. But no, so like I said, I don't want to say it's sad, but I grew up being very lone wolf, but with associating myself with different little groups, but still just being to myself because I couldn't truly express myself because not everybody, no one actually, I was able to connect like that.
Yeah, one of my, closest relationships, one of our biggest challenges was the knowledge that I have around a lot of this stuff. I've had to not say so many things, but
Hmm.
and it made it really tough, like, and maybe
I
it was a
agree.
delivery, when I did find that tribe that, you could say whatever, that that
Doesn't it
that
feel
that
amazing?
happened in Egypt, and it took till 2022 to find all these people.
Yes, yeah. No, I
But
feel you. Hmm.
so yeah, like when I was young, we when I saw you, I was like, I've probably known her for multiple lifetimes, but Olmec, for whatever reason, kind of came to me. I had this experience that I saw all these multiple lifetimes. There was this mirror that came up, and it was like this very Victorian gold mirror, right? But the last one, I was able to see myself as this Olmec or this Mayan. It was all the same thing. Just man decided to give whatever names or whatever to it. But I was able to go back. Like all I saw was the face, but I got a lot of these memories and things like that, right? And I met one other person from this timeline. And when you started talking about your NDE and your experience as a child, these experiences that they try to take us out. They don't
Hmm.
want people like us on the
Hmm.
planet, the beings that are holding us back. You know what I'm saying?
And you know
The
why?
yeah,
It is because we are here to literally
right.
help wake people up on get so many people back
Yeah.
online
We got to
to
get them online,
inherit,
wake them up.
yeah, to inherit the true divinity within us. Some
Yeah,
people who don't even know what sovereignty means. They don't know what being
right,
sovereign means. And that's what
right.
me, you, and so many other, I like to say
Mm-hmm.
light workers, star seeds, way showers, teachers, so many
Yep.
of us, that's what we're here to do is to bridge it. We're really bridging the galactic understanding with where
Mm-hmm.
we're heading now as we're ascending. Like we're all going through a different elevated expansion of who we are.